Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another night of UNOH basketball here from the garage as the UNOH women will take on Lourdes in our first game, and of course the UNOH men will follow up after that with their matchup also with Lourdes. This is a matchup of teams that are, right down UNOH. Garrett, you weren't able to be here on Saturday, but the women came away with a fantastic win over an undefeated Siena Heights team, put themselves to 2-2 and right in the thick of things.
Yeah, when you look at that 2 overtime victory there against Siena Heights, a team who's, just on the outside of the top 25, a undefeated team here in the early stage of the NAIA season, that's a nice win. And the Racers have battled each time out. And they're 3-3, but their 3 losses are by 3 points to IU Southeast, 6 points to Concordia, and a 9-point loss to Cornerstone.
Right.
They have not been blown out. They've been times where they've been down 16 points or so, and they've clawed back each time they've had the opportunity. So they've got a lot to be excited about here, and another opportunity to put another victory, which would eclipse last season. 3-22 year last year. They got 3 wins already to start this season.
Exactly. I was going to mention that when you start out at or when you finish the year before at 3-22, it is a nice chance in your 7th game to be able to pass the total wins from the year before. That's
especially a new coach and a somewhat depleted roster where you've only got just a couple of ladies who are ready, fighting injuries and things like that. With everything that they've been through, to be in a situation where you could be 4-3 at Thanksgiving, that's frankly a win for the Lady Racers.
Well, 100%. I can tell you the other day, 3 starters were fouled out by the time the first overtime took place, which means they had to play. If they would have lost one more girl, they would have been playing with 4 girls. So nice job by Coach Vavro to get a big win and put them in position. I mean, right now, if you look at the standings, this is a big ball game tonight because you can't go backwards after having that big step forwards. They were, with Lourdes being 1-3 and you've got them at home, you have a chance to get over 500 in the conference. They're in 6th place right now at 2-2. And boy, that'd be, you got to get as many of these wins as you can to give yourself that shot at the top 8 for the tournament.
No, absolutely. And also Lourdes 0-3 on the road to start the season. So not a squad that has went into somebody else's house and grabbed a victory yet. So that's another thing to kind of be looking at if you're UNOH and say, hey, this team, we're right there with them in the conference standings, but also they haven't gone on the road and grabbed a win. Let's not break that streak tonight, and we'll see if that continues here in just a little bit.
I'll read off the starters to you, and when we come back, then we'll take a little break and get the national anthem and introductions in, and we'll come back with basketball tonight. For Lourdes, it will be number 0, Shea Pedroza, who is a 5'5" junior at guard. Number 2, Emma Pedroza, is a 5'7" freshman. She is at guard. Obviously, those two are, I'm assuming, sisters, could be cousins, but they're both from Napoleon, Ohio. Both went to Napoleon High School. So assuming that the junior and freshman are sisters, but we'll see if we can find that out for sure. Maddie Norton, number 14. She's a 5'8" sophomore guard from Temperance, Michigan. Number 24, Nadine Jama, is a senior/junior, so I don't really know what that means. Although they got a few of those, so that could have to do with maybe their
COVID year
in there. But she is from Perrysburg, Ohio. She's a 5'5" guard. So you can see Garrett, their first 4 that I mentioned there, 5'5", 5'7", 5'8", and 5'5", all listed as guards. So they're not a tall team, although they do have a 5'11" junior from Sylvania Southview, Haley Barnett. She is number 50. For UNOH, it will be the same starting lineup that we've seen, I believe, every game except for the first game when Ana Montero Sanz was not a starter that night. Since then, she has been, and I think she's played really well, by the way. Their backcourt the other day played very well between Haynes and Sanz. And then Alicia Lawson really took over when they needed her to late after those 3 girls fouled out. Those starters, as we mentioned, Jada Haynes is a senior guard, number 1. Number 3, Amy Sumar is a senior center. Number 4, Ana Montero Sanz is a sophomore guard. Number 10, Alicia Lawson is a sophomore guard / forward. She kind of is the slasher player that gets to the bucket for him. And number 34, Marmorada Crespo is a 6-foot senior. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we will have action for you in the Wolverines Hoosier Athletic Conference with the 2-2 in the conference. UNOH Racer Women getting ready to try and get over 500 in the conference. We'll be right back on UNOHracers.com. All right, we are about ready to play here as the Lord's Gray Wolves at 3-4. As Garrett said, they have yet to win a game on the road, so hopefully the Racers can keep that going, because Coach Matt Vavro really would love to build off of a big win the other day on Saturday, Garrett.
No, absolutely. And when you can get a victory of that caliber and that magnitude, it's still just this insane sense of confidence that, hey, we can play with anybody in the conference schedule. If we're going to come back and win a 2 overtime game against a team that was previously undefeated, receiving votes in the top 25, then the ceiling is incredibly higher, I think, than Racers might have thought before coming into the season, or even before that game.
Sure, it totally changes everything, because all of a sudden you start to think, and I got to tell you, from a front court standpoint, these guards, Jada Haynes is playing extremely well. Ana Montero Sanz, I really like. And she makes some mistakes every now and then, and I know Coach Vavro loves to get on her about it. But no, I think she played really well the other day, and I think she's playing very well. They're going to call a foul on. Is that on Amy Sumar?
I think it's on Marmorata Crespo that they got a moving screen, I believe, and she is adamant that she didn't move after the screen.
I can tell you this: Marmorato has had some real problems with being able to stay in games, so we need her to not foul tonight. All right, so the first possession's a turnover, and boy, there's a hard, strong move to the basket. She's not going to make it, as it was Macy Stringfellow, and Jada Haynes goes to the basket and can't get it to go. And I didn't have Macy Stringfellow down as one of the starters, so we were given some bad information, as Macy Stringfellow made that first move. We're going back the other way. Sorry about that. I'm looking at some names early on here. So here's Jada Haynes with another move to the bucket, and boy, she really did a nice job the other night of getting to the basket. She puts the Racers up 2-0. She had 30 again the other night, Garrett.
That's almost the same move she shot the last time down. It just didn't swirl down for her the last time, but I got that one to go, and she gets the first bucket for either squad.
Now, left-hand three is on the way from Emma Pedroza, and that is a 3-2 lead for the Gray Wolves. Sanz brings it up, passes right side. Now it's in the hands of Sumar. She swings a little fade pass across to Alicia Lawson. She's trying to go to the bucket, throw a pass to Sanz in the corner. It gets knocked out of bounds. It will stay in the possession of the Racers.
It's a nice design to get Lawson by herself over here on this side of the floor, all by her lonesome, and she can either go straight to the hoop or get the defense to collapse and kick, and she tried to get that out there, but it was poked out of bounds.
Amy Sumar's pass gets knocked into the backcourt, so Sanz is going to attack and throw it in the corner to Crespo. She's going to try putting a three up, and she got it.
It's a nice recovery there by Crespo. She got a bit deep in that corner, was able to put one on the deck and kind of take a step back into play and knock down a big three.
Nothing but net. Sanz and Haynes have been able to get past their defender again in most. Oh, that was going to be a layup heading the other way, but Alicia Lawson just couldn't get her hand on it.
And she knew that too. She knew she's got that just insanely quick first step that you don't even, think that she's going to be the one coming to even have a chance to pick that off, and she'd have been an easy bucket back the other way.
Yeah, there was a 5'7" senior from Siena Heights who was a really good defender. There's a nice pass inside to Stringfellow, and that's going to be an easy bucket. It's 5-5. And she really put the clamps on Alicia for the first 3 quarters, and then here's Alicia driving to her left, and that's what I like to see. She didn't do that as much the other game until they were switched that girl off of her, and she really took over down the stretch for him, ended up scoring somewhere around 15 points. So they really need for her to be assertive right from the beginning. He tries to throw it into Jada Haynes, but it gets knocked away and will belong to the Racers.
Just a little indecisive there on the inbounds pass where she might have thought about it just for a hair too long, and that gap closing is kind of the difference between that high school game and the college game here, where it's just a hair quicker.
They have to get that one in, and they do to Crespo. Marmorata trying to dribble to her right, puts it up off the backboard and gets it to go. 7-5 Racers.
Early 5 points from Marmorata Crespo to kind of get things going here. If you can get that contribution from her time and time again, you should take it.
No backside help as they throw it down inside. on Amy Sumar. And so we talked about that's Haley Barnett who just scored. We talked about the fact that they don't have a lot of size out there, but boy, they have really tried. And there's a 3 on the way from Ana Montero Sanz. Her pick shooting has really picked up recently as she hits another one, puts the Racers up 10-7.
Now, it looked good from the get-go. She had a great smooth stroke and nothing but net on that free. Couple of early 3-pointers here for UNOH difference.
So we talked about the fact that they aren't at a size disadvantage like they usually are, but boy, this team, Lourdes, really wants to get that ball down in there to both Stringfellow and inside to Barnett. Here's a 3 on the way for the Gray Wolves. It won't go. It'll knock out of bounds. That was Shea Pedroza who put that up. It'll fall out of bounds and belong to the Racers. They've got the early 10-7 lead.
And they'll bring in Kalia Cruiser now into the ball game for Amy Sumar to get her a break. And they'll bring Kalia on to see if he can't draw a couple charges and get some easy buckets for the Racers.
It'll be interesting to see if Deja Thompson and Marta Gateva, who both nice move, little 13-foot jumper from Jada Haynes, and she's got 4 on the night to give her team a 12-7 lead. Whether the way they played in the overtimes is able to garner them, a few minutes every here and there to give some people a rest.
Yeah, not only to give the players, comfortability and also confidence, it gives Matt Favreau some comfort as well, knowing that, hey, in high leverage situations that those girls are ready to play.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Garrett, Mason Stringfellow, there's a rebound by Cruiser. She puts it up and can't hit it, but Haynes steals it back away from Barnett. Throws it right side to Alicia Lawson. She dribbles with her left hand. They swing it back around to Haynes. She's going to put up the long 3. Got it. 15-9. Good shooting start for the Racers.
And Jada Haynes feeling it here early, 3 of 4 from the floor, and she's got an early 7.
So Stringfellow and Barnett are showing, and now she's going to go outside and try putting up a 3, and that does not touch anything. So here comes Lawson. She's going to try tacking. She gives it up to Haynes. Another 3 is on the way.
Bang, bang.
18-9. What a start shooting the ball. Jada Haynes has 10 early. Marmarata Crespo with 5. 18-9 with 5:19 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back on UNOH Racers Athletics. So, what a heck of a start for the Racers, huh, Garrett?
It's an 11-2 run here after we were tied at 7 to now be an 18-9 where it's just, a couple of quick down the floors where Jada Haynes, that heat check 3. When that splashes home, things are going well in the first half of the first quarter.
Ana Montero Sanz hit a 3 and Crespo hit a 3. So here's a 3 on the way for Lourdes. It won't go. Rebound Haynes. She's had no fast break. Nice pass ahead to Sanz. Gives it back up to Jada. Nice give and go. 20-9.
That's a great start offensively for UNOH. On the defensive end, they've given up a couple of inside looks. It seems like Lourdes is willing to take either, 20-foot, 21 feet jump shots or get it inside. And on the flip side, UNOH has gotten to the hoop time and time again. And when they've had threes, they've been wide open and they've knocked down.
The only concern of a 9-point lead right now is that it has come with some very hot shooting by UNOH and the Gray Wolves. Here's a move by Lawson. She tries to put it up with her left hand. It won't go. Rebound comes down to the Gray Wolves, as the Gray Wolves have been scoring much easier than the Racers have. Here is a dribble by Mercedes Wagner. She stops, puts it up, won't go. Nice rebound by Son. She throws it up the floor. Not a good pass, though, as she missed Alicia Lawson. And here come the Gray Wolves. 3 on the way, won't go. Marmorato with the rebound. She throws it ahead to Ana Montero San. She gets in, gives the ball to Alicia Lawson, and another 3.
The great job by Ana Montero Sans to drive just a little bit deeper. She saw the defender and she could pull her with her to free up Alicia Lawson just that much more to get an even wider open 3.
Now, those 3 are really playing well together, Sans and Haynes and Lawson. There's a look in the corner, decides not to take it, is Shea Pedroza, dribbles with her left hand, and they're going to get a foul called on Alicia Lawson.
By letter of the law, that's a foul, but it's a conference college basketball game. The hand resting on a defender's or on the ball handler's hip. I don't know that it wasn't a shove or anything like that.
You
that
would
wasn't
have been here Saturday for a 2-hour and 15-minute game called everything. There's a missed shot inside, but she grabs her own rebound and a foul on Kalia Cruiser. So it's the only thing that's concerning me right now, Garrett, is they're getting their big girls into some foul trouble and are doing a nice job down there. They've been using everybody. Grace Ryan is a 5'11 freshman. Stringfellow has started off very well.
And that might be the concern, Ron, is there's not a whole lot of size from Lourdes. They've got 2 women listed over 6 foot. You got a couple 3 5'11 players, but other than that, it's just those 2 6-footers that UNOH counters with Amy Sumar and Marmorato Crespo that you're trying to stay out of foul trouble that you mentioned, but Lourdes has certainly had a concerted effort to get it down low.
The thing I've liked about Coach Favreau, though, he is definitely a man-to-man coach, but when he has to. You see a lot of those man-to-man coaches who are almost out of pride. There's a nice move by Haynes. She's going to get fouled on the drive. They just will not play zone no matter what. And I have seen Matt Vavro do that many times and switch to zone when they need it. And so I think if they get into some foul trouble, I think you'll see them switch to some zone. Haynes trying to come across, and she gets stopped by Barnett. They're going to call a foul on her. So we're at 3 fouls apiece now.
Yeah, Hallie Barnett kind of just setting a wall there that Jada Haynes was trying to get through, and I think Jada also knew that she could probably pick up an easy one there if she just tried to go right through.
There's Sumar with it, gives the ball to Kalia Cruiser. They're looking low for Haynes. Instead, they throw it to San. She's going to drive with the right hand, put it up, won't go. Grabs her own rebound.
Great effort there by Ana Montero Sans to get the
She does a nice job on the boards, Garrett. I'll tell you, she'll grab 5-6 rebounds in a lot of games. There's a move by Haynes, won't go. Rebound comes down to Emma Pedroza, and she's going to take off with it herself. She throws it in the corner for an open 3, won't go. Rebound. Cruiser does a nice job of knocking it out of there. This is going to be into Lawson's hands. She throws it ahead to Ana Montero Sans, gets it 25-12.
The nice job by Montero Sans. She knew she was kind of off balance, but also running out of time and 3-1 up, got it off the window and in.
Here's a drive to the basket and another layup for the Gray Wolves, Zariah Bridgewater.
Kalia Cruiser got beat there, Ron, but she didn't compound it by, giving an and one or picking up a foul or anything. Made a good defensive effort, but was smart enough to not pick up a foul.
Yeah, I agree. Nice move by Alicia Lawson. She likes that. She likes that little spin move and end up, 2 straight moves to the bottom. You just said it. Don't pick up the foul. She does this time.
And she got that first dribble she's gotten beat back-to-back times down, and that one she did just pick up a foul, and she's frustrated with herself knowing that, hey, she's going to have to find a spot on the bench now after she picked up that foul.
Again, 2 fouls. So I think there's a good chance Marta Gateva may be needing to give them a few minutes tonight. 4 fouls to 3, so the next one, I have to apologize to the women college basketball fans out there. I honestly was not aware that after the 5th foul, I thought you were 1-1 for a little while. It is 2 shots right away. 5? Yeah, your 5th foul in a quarter.
Wow.
It's 2 shots right away. So you really, in there's a missed free throw by Zariah Bridgewater. It really was a big played a big part in the game the other day because Sans and Haynes kept getting to the basket. She misses both. Ball goes off. A nice, able to run it down, throws it to Bridgewater. She stops and hits it. That's a tough one to give up after they miss both free throws. Got the lead back to 11, but they kept getting to the basket, and boy, they just kept making free throws. Got them back in the game. So it's really if you can get the other team into foul trouble early, you can cause some real problems with that, shooting 2 free throws every time. They're going to call a foul on Alex Wolf. So I will say, Coach Tandy Bradford, they play a lot of girls.
Yeah, they've got a awful lot of players in the lineup so far here, and we're still just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
First 8 minutes of the game. That could play a key in this. And there's Sans with a 3. It's going to come up short. Rebound comes down to Pedroza. She's going to dribble with the right hand down the floor, turns and goes with her left, puts it up with her left, won't go. Sumar comes down with the rebound. Here comes Sans. She throws it ahead to Crespo. Crespo's going to try going to the basket and puts it in. Nice job of attacking the bucket by Marmarata.
Marmarata Crespo with 7 early points here. That's a big contribution from somebody that, if you can get Marmarata Crespo going, that's going to be a big help in a victory.
Oh, big, because there's the 3 on the way by Pedroza. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Alex Wolf. She takes a couple of dribbles, tries to put it up over Amy Sumar. She blocks it, but puts it up again and gets it to go.
That's just a power-up shot. She got blocked right back to her, but was able to just physically put one up over Amy Sumar to get the bucket.
Here comes Sans, and that's going to send her to the free throw line with 2 shots, which is usually a good thing. She's a very good shooter. Good balance right now for the Racers, 12, 7, 5, and 5. So, and you're exactly right. As I was saying, the 3 guards, Lawson, Sans, and Haynes, have been pretty consistent with scoring points. They start getting some points from Marmarata Crespo, and then if you could throw some in from Amy Sumar, and she does a nice job of, first one's up and good by Sans. She does a nice job of hitting little 8-footers.
Yeah, or she'll have those nights where she'll have 9 rebounds and 6 points, where it's not necessarily the points. Where Marmarata Crespo, if you can get 9, 10 points out of her, it's going to go a long way in helping you put more points on the board.
Talking about the 2 fouls and getting to the line, Kalia Cruiser made 2 huge free throws the other night to be able to get the team into overtime, where they were able to win in 2 OTs. Here's a move to the basket. They throw it down inside, comes up short. Crespo grabs a rebound, but has it stolen away by Winter Richburg. They throw it over to Richburg. She's going to attack the basket, get inside for a layup, and it's the only thing. A few too many layups right now.
Yep.
Has kept this lead from growing to a much larger with the hot start. 31 points in the first quarter for the Racers. They're going to take the last shot. We're down to 5 seconds. Jada Haynes with a nice move, a step back. She puts it up, and she's going to get 2 shots.
Jada, a couple of different times there with some nice moves to create just a little bit of space, and that one, Winter Richburg.
I think Jada did a nice job. I'm not saying, I think she may have gotten fouled, but she sold it.
I was going to say, I didn't want to say, she bought a foul there, but she sold a foul there, and I think there was contact there enough.
There was contact.
I think there was enough contact on the wrist to be a foul. Now, she might have stuck that leg out to get tripped up and hit the deck, but unfortunately missed the first free throw.
This is the first. She's a very good free throw shooter, so hopefully she can get the second and get this lead back to 13. But 32 points in the first quarter. Wow. That's what happens when you shoot the ball the way that Racers did. She gets it, 33. Only 1.4, so they're going to throw on the length of the floor. It is a nice shot. I was going to say, it will not
heck of an effort.
33-20. Racers on pace for 132 tonight, Garrett.
It'll be all right.
What the heck? Unbelievable first quarter. We'll see if they can keep it going. They're up 33-20 after the first quarter. We'll be right back on UNOHracers.com. Now, Gender Variks, our AD, of course, here at UNOH, kind of had the same thought we did, 33 points. But she wasn't crazy about the 20 that were given up because I'll tell you, I'm going to say of that 20, they were 9 for 22. I'm going to say that how many of those?
Seven,
maybe even 8
yep.
were layups. Just can't give up that many if you're going to, because you're not going to keep shooting. And let's look at those shooting numbers. 12 for 19, 63%, 83% from 3, 5 for 6, and another 3 for 4 from the line. That's pretty good shooting.
Yeah, you never want to get into a layup off where you're like, can we out layup them? You want to cut that off. Yes, you want to out layup them. Then there's almost another great, fantastic Winter Richburg layup, but that's something that UNOH probably talked about there in the timeout. If defensively, we got to be better.
Great move by Richburg as she got to the basket, but she tried a reverse layup. It didn't go. Marmorado Crespo at the other end attacked the basket, which is what the Racers need to keep doing. She got fouled, and she'll get 2 shots.
Jada Haynes also with 13 points there in the quarter to get things going. Where when you're looking at a season high of 30 points already, and you're at 13 after one, that's a good spot to be at for Jada Haynes.
She has played very well this year. I didn't realize that. Seg told me on Saturday she missed the entire year last year.
Yeah,
boy, they missed her. Marmorado gets the second one to go after the first one bangs away. 34-20, Racers by 14 in the early going of the second quarter. Coach Favreau, as you could hear him from here, talking about the layups that they were giving up. So he definitely wants to see an improvement there. Richburg, she likes to drive to her right. There she tries to throw it down low. Nice job by Jada Haynes, but Richburg steals it again. But this one, Alicia Lawson comes up with. She's going to dribble down the floor, give the ball to Sans. She tries to get inside, puts it up with her right hand. It won't go. Rebound comes down to Pedroza. She brings it up the floor. She tries to go with her left hand, throws it down inside the Stringfellow. Does not get it to go, but she will get 2 shots as Jada Haynes picks up her first foul.
Yeah, you saw a little better defensive effort there last couple of times down for UNOH, where trying to make a concerted effort to not let the ball get as deep, and then that time Jada Haynes just got in a bit of a tough spot.
Matt Vavro calls over Ana Montero Sans. He talks to Ana the entire game, and she usually is able to get done what he's looking for.
And that last time down offensively, Ron, I think there just might have been a bit of a miscommunication where Alicia Lawson pushed the ball where Jada Haynes was looking to take a little bit more time, be a little bit more methodical, and you got a inaccurate shot from Ana Montero Sans come back the other way, give up not a bucket, but give up an opportunity to get a foul for Jada Haynes and free throws for the Grey Wolves.
They swing it around to Ana. She tries to throw it down inside and gets knocked away and turned over. So the missed shot followed by the turnover. She is always trying to make something happen. I like the way she plays. So Racers by 13, 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nice move inside for the Grey Wolves. Stringfellow's going to go with her left hand, turn back, try and shoot it with the right. She misses. Hallie Barnett comes up with the rebound, though. They swing it around. Pedroza is going to go to the basket, and she gets it to go. 34-23, lead down to 11.
That's really the first kind of mid-range jumper that they've hit. It's either been threes or layups.
Yeah.
And, I guess if they want to shoot it from 17 feet or so, let them, as long as they're not going to keep knocking them down.
Here comes Jada Haynes. She throws it down to Sumar. She tries to make a move, and they're going to call a blocking foul. So
it's great recognition there from Jada to realize that the Grey Wolves switched on the screen. So she was working against Hallie Barnett, who's a size mismatch, but also knew that Amy Sumar was working against a guard and getting her the basketball with just about 8 feet to go was a good move there by that senior point guard.
Going to give Ana Sans a little break. As need to try and give each of these girls a break when you're playing with 6. Here comes Haynes with it. She throws it over to Crespo. Crespo dribbles with her left hand towards the top of the key, gives it up to Cruiser. Here's Haynes, little 8-footer, won't go. Rebound Stringfellow. She's going to dribble it up the floor by herself. Someone better stop her. She's going to stop and shoot three and misses. Nice rebound by Cruiser. I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding Stringfellow there, but she pretty much dribbled down the floor and took the uncontested three. Lawson tries to make a move to the basket. Gives the ball instead to Haynes. Haynes throws it back to Sumar. She puts up. Boy, Amy's been making that shot a lot.
Really has great touch from that mid-range spot where
10, 12-foot jump.
Where if you can make them come guard you there, it makes it that much more dangerous and everybody else on the floor that much more dangerous.
It is for sure. 35-23 Racers. They lead by 12. And here's a nice move to the basket and drawing a foul down low is Zaria Bridgewater. Zariah. We'll go with Zariah. Actually, do they have it down?
Zaria.
Oh, it's Zaria.
Zaria.
Sorry about that, Zaria. Yeah, they've got it down there. So it's Hallie and Zaria and Gemma.
And
Nadine, Gemma, and then
Mickey Ashavila.
Mickey Ashavili. There you go. And Kamaya Worthy. So if we said any of those wrong, we apologize. Both free throws are up and good for Zaria. And it is now a 10-point game. This Lourdes team is going to be able to hang around. There's a nice move by all the way to the basket. That's what you love to see from Alicia Law.
I was just about to say the Racers offensively have gotten a bit stagnant, gotten a bit discombobulated, then you get a bucket like that where it just kind of jump starts things once again, where you get that quick first step from Alicia Lawson past her defender.
They really have three girls who are able to get to the basket pretty well.
Yeah.
Sans, Haynes, and Lawson. Nice job by Alicia there. But this girl is really able to get to the basket. Need to come up with that rebound, but instead Haley Barnett grabs it herself. Hallie Barnett puts it up and scores, and it's 37-27. Those layups keeping them in it as the Racers still lead by 10. Nice to see them grow this lead. So I feel like in the fourth quarter it's going to be a fatigued team. There's a turnover by Jada Haynes, and quickly up the floor come the Gray Wolves. Pedroza throws it back outside. They look to Barnett. She throws it down inside. There's going to be a foul called as Grace Ryan came across open. They tried to throw her they did throw her the ball, and she drew the foul. So it's still here's what I agree with Coach here. It's a good move. Get Marta Kateva some minutes, because she did a nice job the other day, and let her go in and bang against a couple of these big girls.
And you got a 10-point lead. You've got a little bit of room to work with here where Marmarata Crespo steps out with her second foul, excuse me, that, it's just something you got to be cognizant of, that, if you can get Marta Kateva on the floor for just a few minutes to, one, rest Marmarata Crespo, but then also, avoid any further foul trouble for later in the game. It's a win-win situation.
Exactly. I believe they called that foul on, was it Alicia? No, it was on Sans. Sans isn't in the game. So, not sure who they called it on. First free throw is up and good by Winter Richburg. Boy, Richburg and Zaria Bridgewater, those two girls are able to get to the basket. Need somebody to step in front and stop them. Leads down to 8. Racers have led the whole way after a huge shooting first quarter, but the Gray Wolves are keeping it tight. 37-29. There's Jada Haynes with it. She dribbles to her right, gives it to Lawson. They lose the ball, but Amy Sumar comes away with it. We're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Long three on the way, won't go. Rebound Richburg. Somebody stop her, because she will go straight to the basket. Gives it up. They swing it around. Pedroza makes a little move. Can't get it to go. Grabs her own rebound. Giving up some offensive rebounds right now that are tossing them some baskets. And it is 37-31, and Coach Fabro wants to talk about it. Racers by 6. 5:07 to play in the first half. We'll be right back on UNOHvsLourdes.com. Coach Fabro talking about what he wants to see his girls. I'm sure the main thing is defensively, and I got to believe he's probably talking about defensive rebounds. The first half or first quarter, it was even rebounds, but the Gray Wolves had 5 offensive rebounds, and the UNOH Racers had 3. I'll bet you there's been 3 offensive rebounds just this quarter already.
No, Lourdes is up to 8 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, so there's 8. So Jada Haynes decides to try and make a move, throws it outside to Sumar. He throws corner to Alicia Lawson, won't go, and those threes start missing. You're 5 for 6 in the first quarter. Quickly up the floor to Pedroza. She misses. Good rebound, Sumar. Here comes Jada Haynes leading the break. She's going to go all the way to the basket and put it up and in, and that's those 2 guards keep getting to the basket.
I'm not sure that there's anybody in the Wolverine Heater Athletic Conference that can stop when Jada Haynes wants to get to the basket with a head of steam like that's going to be able to get in her way and alter that course.
Well, we talked about it as they switch to the 1-2-2 zone, but right away, Nadine Gemma drills a 3 on him, and that always hurts when a coach switches to zone in the first possession. You give up a 3. Jada Haynes tries to get it to Amy Sumar and couldn't do it. And here come the Gray Wolves again. They throw it down low. She is able to score down there and get fouled, and just like that, we could have a 2-point game.
There was a good defensive play there by Montero Sanz to get the block, but the ball just goes right in the lap of Grace Ryan. She powers up another shot, gets the hoop and the foul, and that's the second foul committed by Margativa.
And the other thing, with 4 minutes almost left in the quarter, the Gray Wolves are in the bonus. So you know they're going to throw it down in there a few times, and they're going to end up getting a couple shots every time that happens. Fabro tried to switch to a zone, and I'm sure he'll continue to try it, but it gave up a 3 the first time. 3 points, so actually 6 points in a row, a 3-point shot, and then the old-fashioned 3-point play. Here's Lawson getting by her. Girl gets to go and got fouled. Nice move by Alicia.
That is, we talked about that first step to just create a little bit of space, got bumped, able to have that body control to put the ball in the hoop, and now steps to the free throw line.
41-37, Racers back up 4. Alicia Lawson trying to make it 5. Alicia with 9 already, trying to get to 10. Puts it up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Grace Ryan. Quickly up the floor comes Pedroza. She dribbles with her left hand, goes to the top of the key, and they left another 3-shooter open, but she missed that one, but another rebound. Nice job by Gateva to come away with it. Grace Ryan had a open shot at it, but couldn't get it to go. Jada Haynes brings it up, gives the ball to Lawson. She's going to try driving inside, gives it back to Haynes. And another turnover as Jada wasn't sure where she wanted to go with that ball. Here's Pedroza. She comes to a stop, throws it back outside. Gemma's not going to shoot it this time. Throws it back up top to Pedroza. Logan Ingram is in that other corner. There's Gemma with another 3, and boy, you're going to have to guard her. We have got a 1-point game. We just knew it was going to change with the way when you score 33. But nice move by Anna Sanz, but couldn't get the layup to go.
And Margativa lost the handle on it when the rebound comes to her. It's just the ball has not bounced the Racers' way here in this second quarter.
So a chance for the Gray Wolves to grab their first lead of the game, but a terrible pass gets picked off by Lawson. She gives it up to Haynes, and she gives it to Sanz. Lawson to Haynes to Sanz gives a 3-point lead. 43-40, 2:16 to go. We'll just take a quick look at that. You got 3 players, Garrett, that the other day, I think if I remember right, at one time I said to say got 53 points. They had like 38 of them. Tonight, they have got 34 out of 43 from Haynes, Sanz, and Lawson.
Where, on Saturday, they got 30 from Jada Haynes, 17 from Ana Montero Sanz, and 11 from Alicia Lawson. So, of the 81, what is that, 70?
40, 58?
Yeah.
30, 17, 11. So 58
Of 81.
of 81. Yeah. And that is it's almost 3/4. And that's what you're looking at tonight is 34 of 43 is over 80% even. So it's a definitely a situation that they are really relying on those three girls, and they're delivering.
Absolutely. And the tough part is now defensively you're working on his own defense to save up a little energy for the offensive end, and Lord just handled it pretty well.
Well, the big thing is going to be whether they can rebound out of it or if Lord starts making a bunch of shots. They're going to have to find Gemma every time, I can tell you that. Here's Pedroza with it. He looks across to Gemma. Gemma throws it inside to Barnett. Barnett brings it back outside. We're down to 3 seconds. Grace Ryan has to shoot. She does, and that goes off of Kalia Cruiser, and that hurts.
Hey, Kalia admits, that's my bad. She tried to grab it with one hand and
just
one
a
off
great
the
defensive
fingertips.
possession. You get everything you want. You force them to shoot a quick shot, and the darn rebound just goes off your fingertips. They're looking inside for Ryan. They get her the ball. Kalia Cruiser knocks it away.
Defensive play by Kalia to slip past the screen setter, get her fingertip on it to poke it out of bounds. It was going to be another wide open three there for Gemma, but a nice play by Kalia to disrupt things there.
Nice play by Kalia to knock it away, and she comes away with the steal. And they're going to call a foul. And that doesn't hurt as it gets it to 5 and 4. So the next foul will send the Racers to the line for 2. As that foul was on Logan Ingram. I mentioned Logan came in a little while ago. Has been screaming for the ball when she's been open in that corner against that zone, but they haven't been able to get it to her yet. Here's Ana Montero Sanz with it. Racers, nice move by Lawson. She puts up her right hand. It won't go. Boy, a couple of tough misses, one by Sanz and one by Lawson on great moves.
You see Lawson, though, come back down the floor, play defense, didn't hang her head, which is something I think we've seen a little bit previous games, but that time, now picks up a steal and is coming back the other way.
Marta Gateva comes away with a steal that bounced off the back of her head, and a nice finish by Jada Haynes. Marta just kind of turned and knew the ball was coming and went right into the back of her head, into the hands of Sanz. Here's another three on the way by Pedroza. Another miss. A chance to get this lead back to 7. Sanz does not throw the ball long to Haynes. She takes it up herself, dribbles, decides to stop at the top of the key, hits a back door to Lawson. Oh, that would have been a nice one. There'll be 2 free throws for Alicia. Boy, Alicia's tired. She has played a lot of minutes for this team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those 3 girls, Sanz, the only reason she didn't play the 50 minutes the other night was because she fouled out. She was one of the ones who fouled out, and Deja Thompson came in and did a nice job for him. But those 3 girls have pretty much played every minute of every game, and you understand why, but boy, it'd sure be nice to give them a little bit of rest. Alicia's free throw, off a little. She missed a layup down low that she'll normally make, and she misses that free throw. You can just see she is one tired woman right now.
And that makes her 0 for 3 on the day from the free throw line.
See if she can get this and get this lead back to 6. There's almost 4 seconds. She does. Almost 4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, so we'll see. And they're going to shoot the 3 right away. Misses it, but a rebound comes down. They throw to Pedroza, misses. Sumar the rebound. Now the Racers can take the last shot. We'll see, though, if Jada Haynes decides to attack. He throws it to Lawson. She's going to shoot the 3. Won't go. I don't think that is a very good shot.
You can hear Matt Vavra shouting, pull it out, pull it out.
Yeah, he did not want. And there's a stop, and, she banks it home. Does Alex Wolf, and with 4 seconds left, Sanz is going to get one up. It won't go. So the bucket by Wolf cuts it to 4. But after a 33-point first quarter, the Racers are held to 13 in the second quarter. And that's usually how it works. We have played half this ball game. The Racers with a precarious 46-42 lead over the Gray Wolves. We'll be back with some numbers right after this on UNOHracers.com. All right, Garrett. So, one of those things of a freshman doing everything for you. The Alicia Lawson taking that shot there with 15 seconds left allowed the Gray Wolves to cut the lead to 4. But those are the things that freshmen just continue to learn.
And you know what? All things considered, Alicia Lawson's been a big contributor for UNOH, not only in the scoring column, but just in minutes played. The sheer amount of minutes that she's gotten in the first, 6 games of her college career is staggering.
Yeah, she's not a freshman anymore.
It's just
it's like she's played the
amount of
equivalent of
varsity basketball she's played in 6 games as a freshman is equivalent to a lot of women's basketball players in their sophomore, junior seasons. But
she's done a great job.
Yeah, it's a learning opportunity there at the end of the half. But 17 points there in the first half for Jada Haynes. You get we talked about it at one point there in the first half, Ron, where Amy Sumar might not get the points that she would want to be the star or anything like that, but she's shot the ball once, it went in. She's got 2 points and 6 rebounds. Right, that's the things that Amy Sumar brings to the floor for these lady racers. And then Ana Montero Sanz and Alicia Lawson both with 9 points there in the first half, and Marmarana Crespo with 8. So it's been a somewhat balanced scoring effort there for the racers here in the first half. Where and like we said, if Marmarana Crespo can chip in 8 points, you're going to be well on your way to a victory there. Where that's just not something that you can bank on every time out. That she's 3 for 3 from the floor. Where Ana Montero Sanz is hit a 3 for him. Alicia Lawson hit a 3. Where those have been big baskets, but and yet they still find themselves up just 4.
Yeah, especially the number that's concerning that they need to get turned around in this second half. 11 offensive rebounds to 3 for the Gray Wolves. You're going to give up a lot of points when you're giving up 11 offensive rebounds. So as a result, the shooting, the Gray Wolves have taken 42 shots and the Racers have taken 33, and that's going to catch up to you if you cannot get those defensive rebounds under control and make sure that you're giving up one shot to these teams. Shooting for, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you put that together with the just sheer amount of, so you're being out rebounded on the offensive glass, but then also Lourdes has rotated in, not just played, but rotated in 12 players. They brought 12 players out on the floor that they're fresher. They're fresher than you. And when push comes to shove, that you need to go get an offensive rebound or a defensive rebound, they've got somebody on the floor that hasn't played 20 whole minutes there in the first half.
So it'll be important here, the beginning of this third quarter, because I think in the fourth quarter there's going to be some time that they're going to really, going to need some timeouts. I think probably to try and get through the fourth quarter from a fatigue standpoint.
Yeah, and if UNOH in the second half can use timeouts as breathers instead of we have to fix this now,
right?
It's going to be a big difference, because just saying, hey, we need a timeout to catch our breath here is drastically different than I need you to fix this, but also to suck some wind here for just a hot second. Rest. It's a tough spot to be in.
No, there's no question about it. It's a concern when you only have 8 girls and really you're playing 6. Now, as we said, Marta Gateva has given them some minutes. So that helps to give them that 7th person. So either way, it all leads to a 46-42 lead for the Racers after a 32 to 20 first quarter. They scored 32 in the first quarter and 14 in the second quarter. That's going to be a big number as to what they can do if they can have one more hot quarter. To be able to hold this team off, because they're definitely coming at them and getting to the boards and attacking inside against the Racers. So we'll go ahead and take one more break. We got about 3 minutes on the clock, and we'll be ready for second half action right after this on UNOHracers.com. Garrett, I really think this first 4 or 5 minutes of this half is really important to the racers right now. They're showing some signs of fatigue already, and I just feel they need to get through this time, and then Coach Favreau can start using some timeouts to rest them a little bit. And this is a big game for them. This is a
Absolutely.
1-3 Lourdes team. You just came off of a huge upset of Siena Heights on Saturday. You need to follow that up with a win over a team that you are favored against, if you will. And
or even, comparable with that is going to play 12 ladies when you're going to play 6 or 7 that, and as well as things went there in the first half or the first quarter, really, if you can get back to that, there's almost kind of like you're fighting both. We need to put points up in a volume vacuum, but then also take a little bit of time offensively and not just blitz up and down the floor every time.
Nice. The Grey Wolves came out in a 1-3-1 zone, throwing something different at them, and Jada Haynes attacked right into the seam there, found Marmarata Crespo, who made a little reverse layup, and the Racers also come out in the zone as they're in their 2-3 zone. So we're going to see some defensive changes here. Stringfellow decides not to shoot it, gives it up for the 3, and bingo from Pedroza. Emma Pedroza hits that one, and it's a 3-point game.
I wondered if Lourdes' zone defense was more of a, hey, let's try to contain Jada Haynes and make UNOH shoot a little.
Alicia Lawson gets that 3 back, hit one from the corner, and it's 51-45. Got to get used to calling her. She goes by Lee. I'm always saying Alicia. Lee Lawson. Here's a move inside. Pedroza puts it up, and so the Pedroza sisters, one hits a 3, the other one goes to the basket and kind of banks it in off the flange. And the lead is down to 5. Marmarata Crespo with it. Gives it to Jada Haynes. Jada dribbles to her left, keeps on going, throws it to Sans. 3 on the way. Bingo. So 2 early 3s by the Racers. It's the lead back to 7.
And you mentioned earlier, Ron, that she's shooting much better from 3, where she's gotten, it looks like, in a much better rhythm when she catches and shoots.
Yeah. Another 3 on the way for the Grey Wolves. Nice box out on the other side by Lee Lawson to allow Amy Sumar to grab the ball. Racers with 2 threes have put themselves back up 7. See if they can add to it. They throw it to Crespo. She tries to go with that reverse again, but that one won't go. Rebound to Hallie Barnett. Quickly up the floor is Gemma. He throws it over to Pedroza, who drives inside, looks at Stringfellow, decides not to give it to her. Here's an open 3. Nope, she's not going to take it. They swing it back around. They find Stringfellow. She gives it to Barnett. Nice block by Amy Sumar.
That's a big defensive possession there for UNOH. Couple of open shots passed up by the Grey Wolves, and they get nothing out of it.
Be nice to get this lead. Well, the scoreboard has been kind of all over the place. Now it's 6 instead of 7. And then there's a miss by Jada Haynes. It was 53-47. First it said 51-46. Then it was down to 50-46. Then 53-47. So I'm going to assume they're correct now at 53-47. 6-point lead. We're inside of 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And the one good thing for the Racers here is with both teams switching to a zone, the pace is kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
And that might allow them to be a little fresher. Here's Gemma for 3. Go get that ball, Marmarata. Nice rebound. Here's a nice jump stop by Ana Montero Sans. If she'd have caught that and just took off, she'd have dribbled herself into trouble. Instead, she throws it down. Jada Haynes gets 2 on the foul by Stringfellow.
Nice ball movement and court awareness. You mentioned, Ron, if Ana Montero Sans just put it on the deck and sprinted up the floor, you're in a worse spot than you were by picking up the dribble and then to find Jada Haynes. And Jada knew that there was some contact to be had to grab a foul.
First one's up and good by Jada. Lead is back to 7. at 54-47. Jada with 19, trying to get 20 here and get this lead to 8. Second one up, good. So Jada with 20 of 55, racers by 8. Throw it up the floor, give it back to Stringfellow. Throws it over to Pedroza. Here's Gemma with a 3 on the way. She misses. Jada Haynes gets the long rebound. Here comes a break led by Sans. She's going to bring it out. Nice decision by Anna.
We thought about that pull-up jumper for a long time, and then wisely pull it back out.
Tries to throw to Amy Sumar, and not a good entry pass there. So after the smart decision, there's a turnover anyway. Here comes Pedroza with it. He gets picked up by Crespo. They throw baseline to Stringfellow, and she's going to get a layup, but she missed it. Rebound comes out to Jet. Nice steal by Crespo. She throws it ahead to Jada Haynes. Jada trying to finish, and she does.
Probably could have argued for an and one. Should have gotten the call.
Nice job to build this lead back to 10 with 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Coach Bradford wants a timeout, so she's going to get one. Tandy Bradford in her second season is going to get a timeout. Racers by 10. We'll take a quick break on UNOHracers.com. So a couple of missed open shots for the Gray Wolves. A nice block by Amy Sumar. A couple of steals have kind of picked up the defense a little, and all of a sudden that leads back to 10, Garrett.
It is, and you've seen the pace pick up just a little bit there for the Racers, which has benefited them, and now they've got 4 ladies in double figures as Jada Haynes has 21, Ana Montero signs with 12, Alicia Lawson 11, and Marmarata Crespo with 10. So that balanced scoring effort continues there, where they've played really good, unselfish basketball here to start this second half.
We've also held them to 5 points in the third quarter, which is very helpful. And switching to that 2-3 zone has made a difference. They look down inside, throw it to Stringfellow, it gets knocked away, and the Racers come away with it. Another steal. Here comes Sans with it. She brings it up the floor, decides not to go, throws a nice entry pass to Cruiser, who dribbles with her left hand, stops and throws it back outside to Jada Haynes. Here's Alicia with it, drives to her left. Ooh, wow. She went to pass the ball, and Alex
Wolf got it right in the soup cooler.
Got it right in the kisser, and then Alicia couldn't come to a stop and ran right into it.
Not only you get the basketball in the face, you get a driving basketball player coming as well. Well, I'm glad that she's all right for the sheer amount of contact that just happened to her facade.
Side of 5 in the third quarter. Racers by 10. The move to the basket is going to come up short. They had the rebound, but let it get away, but it bounces off and will belong to the Racers. Nope, they may switch that call.
I was going to say the Tandy Bradford was adamant real quick, and the official from back with another angle.
Another good move by Winter Richburg. I like the way she goes to the basket. She's only scored 4, but boy, she can get there. They do switch the call and give the ball to the Gray Wolves. Should be 20 on the shot clock then, with that being the case. Now they're going to put it at 23.
Matt Vavro is accepting of that explanation, so probably pretty close to correct.
They throw it in, throw it down inside to Wolf. She makes a move and banks it home. Nice move by Alex Wolf. Here comes Ana Montero Sans with it. Gives the ball to Lee Lawson. Lee drives to her left, comes to a stop, throws it back across to Jada Haynes. Jada, the hesitation move, gets in the middle and banks it. Nice move by Jada Haynes, 24 for her. Quickly down the floor. There's nice, good, strong move, but there's Kalia Cruiser. You know she will be there to take charges.
No matter what, no matter when, no matter where, Kalia's going to get one a game at minimum. That's the big one right there.
That was Zaria Bridgewater who made a nice move there. But she ran into Kalia Cruiser, and you know she's not going anywhere. She's going to take some charges. They're going to call a reach on Pedroza.
I think Ana Montero thought that was going to be on her there for just a minute. The way she turned and looked at the official as if you call that on me, we're going to have problems. But it goes against the Grey Wolves, just a third of them from them here in the quarter.
Her and Pedroza kind of looking at each other like, where'd that foul come from? Lee Lawson for three. Got it. Alicia Lawson with 15 now.
Wide open there and is able to bury it from the corner. That's she can keep doing that.
As a freshman.
Absolutely.
Alice Wolf's going to take a three, won't get it. Nice backside rebound by Crespo, and she does a good job of being strong with the ball. So what's important here is it's 4 fouls to 1, so if they can get themselves one more foul, every time they get a foul, they'll be at the free throw line. So this would be a good time to start really attacking the basket.
And also, you're a 13-point lead here. You just got Pedroza to pick up her second foul. Things are starting to swing momentum-wise for UNOH here. If you can get a bucket here, it's just going to build that much more.
We both thought the beginning of this third quarter was going to be really important, and the Racers have responded. And Ana Montero signed. Boy, there's 3 girls who played well. 24, 15, and 14.
Absolutely feeling it.
With a steal by Kalia Cruiser. Here comes Sans with it. She's bringing the action, coming straight, goes to the bucket, puts it up left hand, got it. And they're going to take a timeout. So we talked about the fatigue being a concern in the fourth quarter. Let's hope the Racers can keep this up and not make it an issue, because they now lead by 17. With 3:11 to go in the third. We'll be right back on UNOHvsLourdes.com. So a nice stretch from the guard trio that we have talked about a lot, Lawson, Haynes, and Sans, as those 3 are now up to 55 out of 66 points, Garrett. That's a bunch.
That it is, and they've done it pretty efficiently as well. They haven't been volume shooters.
Alex Wolf makes a nice move, but can't get it to go. Sans runs it down with a nice lead pass to Jada Haynes. She's going to go to the bucket and get it to go. And boy, these guards are getting it done for the Racers. Lead is now the largest of the night at 19. Nice third quarter from the Racers. Here's a nice move to the basket. She's going to run right into, guess who? Winter Richburg tries to go to the bucket, and Kalia Cruiser takes her second charge in the last couple minutes.
It's just such a underutilized from everybody else, where Kalia almost overuses it, but it just works out time and time again that, hey, if you're going to give me the foul, if you're going to give me the basketball, if I do this, I would be crazy not to do that.
It is it's a weapon to have, because, I mean, she's got to be averaging close to 4 a game. That's 4 possessions. Here's Jada Haynes with a 3. Oh, I thought she had that. Good-looking shot from Jada. Lead is 19. Here's Gemma with a 3, and she got it back down to 16, 68, 52. 2 minutes to go in the third.
She's got that. She's got a good stroke as well. Or when she's open, you're starting to trot back the other way.
Deja Thompson comes in to give them a couple minutes here. Alicia Lawson, another nice move to the buckets. Nice move, Lee, for an 18-point lead. 26, 17, and 15 from those three. And back-to-back threes for the, and they're going to talk about it. Coach Vavro, once I'm out there on those threes, back-to-back threes by the Gray Wolves. Lead is still 15, but I like the timeout by Coach Vavro. He's just looking at that as a teaching thing. Now, the only question, you can't let them get any kind of run in the fourth because you're going to need timeouts to rest these people.
Right, and that's part of the one. Okay, they came down. They've hit 2 pretty open threes the last time out. Where we get this lead up to 18. We want to stay in that 16 to 18 point lead there, where you can't just come down and let them shoot 2 wide open threes, bank it, and then also have it. And I don't. You got Deja Thompson on the floor, which you want to be able to keep her on the floor and use her and rotate in. Your 7th, 8th players on the bench.
This is the big few minutes that you're able to give to Ana Montero Sanz here.
If she can hit the rest of the quarter, that's a huge thing for the fourth.
Now the pressure comes on. Nice job by Crespo in a press break, 4 across at the free throw line. Marmorato takes the ball and dribbles it up the floor. Here's Cruiser with it. She gives it to Jada Haynes. Throws it back. Nice backdoor pass to Marmorato. Crespo to Kalia. Cruiser for the layup. That's a nice little backdoor play.
That it is. And to get those easy buckets where, you bought one there out of the timeout. That's a nice play there by the Racers.
That time, Crespo tried to take the charge and didn't get the call on Wolf, but backside rebound is Richburg.
She didn't look as natural at taking the charge as Kalia. You can tell Kalia's honed that craft of taking that charge where it looked like Marmorato got the contact and then went, I should try to take this charge.
Kalia's aren't cheap. I mean, she lets herself take a beating when she gets that charge. But, yeah, you're right. Marmorato kind of went flying before the real contact was there. 17-point lead, cut to 16 by Richburg. She's got 5 on the night. See if she can get it down to 15 with 1:07 to play in the third quarter. Free throw up and good. 72-57. Ana Montero Sanz comes back in for Deja Thompson, and I think Coach Favreau, looking at the fact that they've switched to a full court press, and it's kind of easy to break right now because they're just giving the ball to Crespo, and their big girls don't come up and press with them. Mm-hmm. She just catches the ball and dribbles up the floor. Here's Jada Haynes, dribbles to her right, puts it up with her right hand, won't go. Rebound comes down to Gemma. She throws it up the floor to Pedroza. Oh, didn't she step out of bounds? Unfortunately, a 3, and it's 72-60, just like that. So a 19-point lead is down to 12 before the end of the quarter. Let's see how they can finish this quarter here. Got 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock in the third quarter. Here's Lawson with it. She gives it to Cruiser. We're down to 10 seconds. And another pass down low to Cruiser, and they try to take a charge. It doesn't work. Cruiser lays it in. Lead back to 14. Let's see if they can get a stop here. Guard her with 2 seconds. They're not going to get a shot up. Nice defense that time by the Racers. And the lead is 14. We have played 3 quarters. UNOH 74. The Gray Wolves 60. We'll be right back on UNOHracers.com. All right, so after a 32-point first quarter, a 14-point second quarter, they followed up with a 28-point third quarter. They lead 74-60. The Racers do. What do you see in those numbers, Garrett?
Well, they shot 75% there in that third quarter from the floor, where they were at 63% in that explosive first quarter, but 75%. A lot of easy buckets there for UNOH in that third quarter, and then the rebounding numbers have gotten a little closer as well, where it was a little wider there at the halftime break, now just being out rebounded 29-23, but to grab some more extra rebounds and get some more second chance points there was big for UNOH in that third quarter.
Yeah, they also, after giving up 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, they held them to 3 that quarter, so that is a big number. All right, we are ready for fourth quarter action. Let's see if the Racers can take this one home. They lead by 14. Here's Holly Barnett with it. She gives the ball to Richburg. You know where she wants to go. She gives it up to Barnett, and they're going to call a block on Cruiser. She tried to take the charge once again.
I think that one might have been the biggest charge that I've seen. I thought that one was the surefire one. Now that's the third foul committed by Kalia, so we'll see if that changes anything for Matt Vabro's squad, but obviously now have to be cognizant of drawing that charge here. You don't want to pick up your fourth early in this fourth quarter.
No, and they don't want to lose her from a defensive and rebounding standpoint, which is going to be really important down the stretch of this game. 9:44 to play in the ball game. Racers by 14. They've had the lead as high as 19. They have led the entire game. The Gray Wolves were able to get it down to 2 once, and there's a pass inside, almost taken away by Cruiser. They swing it over to Stringfellow. She's going to put the 3 up. Nice rebound backside by Lee Lawson. I really like the backside rebounding this team gets from girls like Lawson and Sans. I mean, those girls really do a nice job on the board. Here's Lawson with it. Swing it around to Crespo. She gives it back to Jada Haynes. Jada dribbles in, stops, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lee Lawson's going to drive baseline, get all the way inside, and she's going to get 2 shots.
Yeah, and you can't, I'm sure the scouting report will get out there. You can't give Alicia Lawson the baseline to drive straight to the basket. She's just too quick and is able to draw the contact there. Now a little slow to get up, but also she gassed.
Lee Lawson, after playing, what do you figure, 30 minutes a night, probably played all 32 in high school. She just played 50 minutes the other night, and they're hard
on
minutes.
Saturday, it's Tuesday,
Exactly.
Not a whole lot of time to.
She is working it extremely hard and given such good minutes. Hits the free throw. He now has 18 on the night. 26, 18, 16, 10. That's pretty good scoring. Leah Cruiser with 4, Amy Sumar with 2 to round it out. He gets them both. 19 for Lee, and lead is back to 16. Get a few stops here and put this one away. Well, a couple of these games have gone down to the wire. They try and throw it inside to Barnett, but there's Kalia Cruiser. Boy, she is invaluable in there.
Absolutely. That's just the presence she brings.
Yeah.
That
she's athletic. She's strong.
She sets the tone of when I'm on the floor, we're going to play with a little bit of an edge. We're going to play hard.
Little Euro step. I don't know if it's a travel or not, to be quite honest. I think she might have gotten an extra step in there, but the Euro step gives her a bucket for Marmorato, and she has 12.
Anytime you get Marmorato coming back down the floor with a smile that big on her face, I think that's a good possession for UNOH.
Throw it across to Richburg, swing it back to Gemma. 3 on the way by Pedroza. Got it. 78-63 with 8:15 to play in the game. Now they're switching to a man-to-man press, which with girls like Sans and Haynes, they shouldn't have a lot of trouble with. And Sans is going to go all the way to the bucket before giving it up to Crespo, and they're going to bring it back outside. We're inside of 8 minutes. Here's Lawson. She gives it up to Cruiser. Nice finish by Kalia. So throw in 6 points from Kalia Cruiser, and all of a sudden you really got some offensive balance. Pedroza throws it to Barnett. They look Stringfellow in the middle. Decide to throw it to Gemma. She puts the three up, won't go. That's a nice rebound by Marmorata.
UNOH has done a really good job here in this second half of rebounding the basketball.
Yes,
and you mentioned the last
they have.
time where it's everybody. It's not just, okay, one of you is going to sit back here and get the rebound. If they all rebound.
Here's the rebounding numbers. You got Jada Haynes with 5. You got Amy Sumar with 7. You got Sans with 4. And you got Marmorato. She just got her 4th. And Alicia Lawson got her 2nd a couple of minutes ago. I mean, they all really, and then Kalea Cruiser has a couple rebounds. So really doing a nice job on the boards. Here's a little fade pass to Sans. Misses the 3, but there's Cruiser with an offensive rebound. Tries to get it back to Sans. It'll stay in the hands of the Racers. Well, that was a nice little fade play to get a wide open 3 for Sans, and it was there the whole way.
It looked good from where we
were right on line with it, but it just hit the back of the rim and came out. 17-point lead still. We're approaching the 7-minute mark. Lawson, nice pass to Cruiser. She can't finish. Rebound Wolf.
Got a little contact there when she got the basket, went to go put the basketball up. That just threw her off just a hair.
You'll take that move to the bucket anytime. They throw it inside. Good ball movement. Wolf puts it up and gets it to go. Lead is 15. Just don't want to see this lead start getting down to 8 or 10 points. Leave this thing up there. They move the ball around. Jada Haynes is going to take a 3, and they're going to call. They called Richburg for after trying to fight through the pick, gave a little forearm shiver. Again, 3 fouls on them with 6:42, and they may have to go after the ball a little. So free throws will become very important. And between Haynes, Sans, and Lawson, the 3 girls who will have the ball the most of the time, they're all good free throw shooters. Nice move by Jada Haynes. Nice finish with the right-hand scoop. Lead back to 17.
It's a fancy move by Jada. 27 points here tonight so far.
Sans tries to reach from behind. Not a good move there. Picks up a foul. They've worked through their foul trouble, though. They really only have Kalea Cruiser with 3. Nobody else has 3, so they're in good shape there. This lineup right here, Amy Sumar does some great things for him, but seems to be the lineup. Nice move by Alex Wolf, but she kind of shoots it too hard. Rebound comes down by Pedroza, and she can't get it to go. I think this has been kind of his go-to lineup down the stretch when there's not foul trouble. When you got Crespo and Cruiser in there, 2 strong girls, and you get that rebounding that you're getting from those 3 guard positions.
Yeah, and Kalea Cruiser, just the energy and the effort that she brings, just changes things offensively for UNOH, where she might not be, the biggest shooting threat from anywhere out farther, 8, 10 feet, but she's going to play defense hard. You got to be wary of her taking a charge on you at any time on both sides of the floor.
Right.
It's just the what she brings, I think, is invaluable.
Pedroza hits both to cut it to 15. We're going to go inside of 6 minutes here in a couple seconds. Nice move by Sans, gives it to Cruiser. She finishes with her left hand. And Coach Fabro wants to talk about it, maybe change something defensively. If Kalea Cruiser can hit one more basket, we're going to have 5 players in double figures tonight. That is good balance by the Racers. They lead by 17. We'll be right back on UNOHracers.com. Racers keeping that lead up that they got up to 19 in the about midway through the third quarter. It's still at 17, and we're down to 5:50. So see if they can keep this up. Nice job by the Gray Wolves to get it down inside to Stringfellow for an easy shot, but she got fouled. She'll have 2 free throws coming.
Not what you want to see out of the timeout. Montero Sanz picks up her third foul.
No, but that timeout was used by by Coach Bradford to run a nice play and get an easy shot. Maybe they should have just given up the layup. But they're going to make her go to the line, and she hits the first one.
So now, quickly here, Ron, UNOH just picked up their fourth foul. Next one gives Lord
yeah.
shots.
It was 3-1 earlier, so foul trouble. They throw it into Cruiser. She gives it back to Lawson, quickly up the floor to Crespo. No problem against the press. After the game that they gave away early on to Southeastern Indiana, all based off of struggling with the press, they've done a nice job against any pressure the last few games. Moving the ball around, using the clock a little bit. Jada Haynes throws it outside to Lawson. Lucia drives. We got 3 seconds on the clock, and they're going to call a travel on Montero Sanz. Got down to few seconds, and she tried to move a little quicker than she needed to.
Yeah, you start to pick up that pace when you start seeing the clock tick and hearing the bench saying, hey, we got to go.
Lead is 15. Need a couple of defensive holds and get this thing down. We can put it away. They throw it inside the Stringfellow. She throws across to Pedroza. 3 on the way. Won't go. Rebound. Comes down to the Gray Wolves. Alex Wolf hits it, and there's offensive rebound starting to become an issue. Throw it up to Crespo again. You really can't run a press when you have 2 girls deep because they're just able to throw it in, and Crespo just dribbles it up the floor, so no real problem tonight. Here's Haynes. Tries to make a move. He gets knocked out of bounds off of Pedroza. We're down to 4.5, but the lead is down to 13. Got to keep playing.
Probably wouldn't hurt to run just a little bit more clock here with 10 seconds approaching here on the shot clock.
Here's Sanz with it, and somebody's going to have to make a really quick move. Lee Lawson with 3 seconds. She's going to have to put it up. She does, and they're going to get the foul call. They'll take that, as they pretty much had to throw one up at the end of the shot clock, and Lee Lawson's going to go to the free throw line.
Struggled there in the first half. 0 for 2, I believe, or 0 for 3 on her first 3, but now 2 for 4.
You know, you almost wonder from a offense-defense type thing here whether you could run Gateva in there a little bit and give Lee Lawson a little bit of rest. But he makes the free throws. You want her out there offensively. There's no doubt about that. She's up to 20 points. Nice game tonight for Lee Lawson. Misses a second. Lead is 14. 4:20 to go in the game. Swing it around. Stringfellow's going to take a 3. Won't go. Rebound Sanz on the long boards. Here comes Crespo with it again. Marmorato's been a big part of breaking any pressure trouble. She's doing a good job against it. Here's Jada Haynes with it. Dribbles to her left. Gives the ball to Crespo. We're down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Little pick and roll to Crespo. She tries to throw it to Sanz, who she thought was cutting. Turnover, and here come the Gray Wolves. Pedroza won't go. That ball will belong to the Racers.
But all things considered, it's kind of best case scenario where she got an open look. Kalia Cruiser a little slow to close out and get the hand up in the face, but just an off-target shot there where best case scenario for UNOH, honestly.
Yeah, I think they're holding. Oh, there's a turnover. Jada Haynes is going to be 1-on-3, and she goes right up. I thought she'd give up the layup. Instead, she went right after that shot, ends up fouling Zaria. I'm going to find the last name there. Zaria
Bridgewater.
Zaria will have 2 shots. Boy, Jada was not giving up anything there, was she?
She got a lot of ball. Now there was a lot of hip contact
Yeah.
as well, and then good sportsmanship when Bridgewater got to the free throw line to give each other a high five and say, it was a good effort there for both sides. It wasn't anything malicious that she's trying to knock her to the floor.
She misses the first. So a chance to go over 500 on the season and in the conference. If they can hold on to a 14-point lead, Marmorada grabs the rebound, just takes it herself, gives the ball to Haynes. She gets all the way to the bucket. She's going to get 2 shots. Nice attack by Jada. Nice job by Marmorada grabbing that rebound and leading the break. Gave it to Jada on the wing, and Jada went straight to the basket.
Yeah, there was no second thought, second guess about what Jada wanted to do. She wanted to get to the rack and thought she swirled one in, but it just tipped out, and now we'll shoot 2.
This is the first. 3:19 to play. 14-point lead for the Racers. Jada Haynes going to try and make it 15 if she can get her 29th point in the night. She just keeps scoring a bunch of points.
Yes, she does. She hit 30 twice so far.
Yeah, and most likely will again here tonight. She'll probably go back to the line.
29, 18, 16, 30, 13, and 30 so far this season.
Yeah. Is that 29 tonight, or is that a different night? 3 on the way won't go.
29 in the season opener.
Yeah, so... quick pass, and I don't know that was the best pass by Ana Montero Sanz. Threw that into 3 people. Jada almost came away with it, but leads at 13 with 2:53. Want to run some clock right there.
And with a 13-point lead, any extra time you could take off now is worth it.
Here's Pedrosa with it. She gives it to the corner, and nice steal by Sanz. And this time she's not going to throw it up. She's going to hold up, and let's run 30 seconds here. No reason to hurry. And Coach Fabro is going to tell them exactly that. And I think Deja Thompson's going to come in for somebody.
It's Sanz or something. She went to grab her calf the last time when she stole the basketball and stopped to pick it up and stopped and went to grab her calf and fought it off as if nothing was wrong. But Matt Favreau saw it.
Kind of treating it like it's a cramp. So hopefully, because this team cannot afford an injury.
No. Mm-hmm. No, they cannot. I'm sure that Matt Favreau would love to avoid, walking around to the volleyball team. Anybody play basketball in college or high school? Anybody play basketball in high school?
I know Lexa Gregory could, or not Lexa, that's her older sister.
Bailey
Gregory.
Bailey
could go out there and play. She was a good player at Crestview. All right, it is a 13-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go, 19 seconds on the shot clock, so no hurry to put one up by the Racers. Deja Thompson is now in the game. They run a little weave, and they're going to call Cruiser for moving a little too much on that pitch.
Jada, I believe, just picked up Jada.
They called it on Jada?
I think this official just signaled a charge where after she gave up the basketball, I think gave a pretty big forearm shiver out of the way to her defender.
Gave a little what for to her?
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
Jada, 4th foul, by the way.
Yeah, don't need to lose Jada. Here is Pedrosa. Nice pass inside. Finish. Cuts it to 11. 2:15 to go. Here comes Jada with it. See if Jada can get herself with 30 on the night, but that's a quick shot and not a great one. You do not need to give anything up here. Nice move to her left by Pedrosa, and the lead's down to 9. The minute 55.
Yeah, it just got to eat a little bit more clock here on the possessions.
Yeah, that should have.
Be a little safer with the basketball, a little smarter with the basketball.
Leah Lawson is going to drive to her right and turn it over. And not a good stretch there at all by the Racers. Wow, all of a sudden it's going to be 6 if she makes it.
I think Marmorada Crespo's got a case here where she kind of gave up on the play, turned her back to the play, ran past the basket to avoid picking up a foul, and the ball handler came down into her.
Yeah, I don't know if Sans. Boy, I'd like to see her back on the floor. Right now, they've got only really 2 guards out there to go against this press. Free throw is good. It's 86-80 with 1:35. So did a great job of holding on to the lead for an entire quarter and three-fourths in the second half. And all of a sudden in the last minute, gave up a little 7-0 run. But we're down to 1:20. But there's still 17 seconds on the shot clock. Nice move by Jada. Got it. Nice scoop check to give her 31 and get that lead back to 8.
That's a big bucket there where if you're going to take that shot, it's got to go in.
Here's Richburg. Boy, she can get to the basket, and she got fouled by Amy Sumar. That girl's got a quick first step.
So cuts the lead back down to 6 with just over a minute to go.
Winter Richburg. He's got a nice first step on her. She is up to 8 on the night. Chance to get it to 5, which would be the closest they've had it. Basically, the entire second half. And it is 5. We've got 1:04 to go. This one is not over. Let's give it to Alicia.
And with this lineup on the floor, they're kind of dependent on Marmorata Crespo to
turn around, girls.
Handle more of a ball handling role that she's not uncomfortable with.
And they're going to call travel on Marmorata. See, that's where those guards can't turn around and head down the floor. Ana Montero Sans is still off the floor. Looks like she's ready to go. They're going to take the timeout. So a big defensive possession coming up as they can get this to a 1-possession game when with about 2 minutes to go, it was still 13.
And, they've got a couple of 3-point shooters in the Pedroza sisters that, and Gemma that, you get them on the floor where, UNOH is at a tough spot guard-wise where you feel like maybe the Great Wolves have the ability to reverse the basketball or throw an extra pass here or there to get a open 3 here that would cut the lead to 2. And I'm not sure what defensively you draw up here to say, hey, we've got to guard against a 3 because I'm telling you that's what Lourdes is drawing up in the huddle over there is they're getting one of their 3-point shooters open.
You'd like to, but with 55 seconds, they also have been able to throw it down inside and get layups, and that would cut it to 3. So this is a big possession. Coach Fabro stays with his 2-3 zone. Or is he? Did they switch back to? They did switch back to man. So defensive change as they were obviously going to run something against that zone. Now got to see if you, and there's a stop for a 3. Won't go. Big miss. That helped. And boy, that wasn't a great shot, was it?
No, they were discombobulated from the get-go. Yeah. You're right. They were working against a zone that didn't exist.
Here's Crespo with it. Come back and get it, Jada. That's a good job. We're down to 35 seconds. Lead still 5. I think they got a foul, don't they? They're going to let this run all the way down to 12 seconds. If I'm the Racers, I don't even worry too much about getting the shot up. Down to 5. Now you can get a good move. Shot clock down to 4, but we're down to 16 seconds. That's an interesting decision. Yeah. I mean, to let that run all the way down near 12 seconds when you're down 5.
Also, Grey Wolves out of timeouts, Racers with 1. Should they need it.
Get this ball in.
Jada got 3.
She's going to shoot a long one, which is going to take some little time off the clock. We're down to 11 seconds. They still lead by 5. Just don't let anything crazy happen here. Here they come. And all the way to the basket for Pedroza. Nice rebound by Sumar, and the Racers are going to hang on. Boy, not a fantastic finish for them as they led 88. I think, no, it was 86-73, and they gave up and let it all the way down to 5 points. But A big win, a nice win for the Racers. It's a W. We'll take it. So nice job by the Racers to hang on for an 88-83 win. And Garrett, this is a team that has now won more games than they won the entire season last year, and they're over 500 in the conference.
It's a great feeling where you get a first-year head coach who didn't come in until September. You got a string of injuries that have limited your roster size to eight ladies, and to have picked up the fourth victory before Thanksgiving. And I'm sure that if you were asked Matt Vavro, hey, we let one or two get away, but to be at 4-3 right now, it's a big win there for the Racers. Not just tonight, but overall to be 4-3 at this point. It speaks to the job that Matt Vavro has done here in his first season.
I think he's done a really good job, and we'll take a quick look at some numbers as the Racers end up shooting for the game 60%. You're going to win some games shooting 60%, 44% from three for a total of 64%. 64% from the free throw lines. The Lourdes Gray Wolves were 41% from the field, 27% from three, 71% from the line. The rebounds, they did give up 3 more offensive rebounds, but after 11 in the first half, they held them to 6 in the second half. Rebounds ended up 35-29 in favor of the Gray Wolves. But, a nice sign there, 18 assists for the Racers compared to 13 for the Gray Wolves. That's really moving the ball around and attacking.
It really is, and for UNOH to, they know that, hey, either when we're driving, we've got a lane to the bucket, or somebody else is going to be open because the defense is collapsing. You saw Alicia Lawson is really good at that, getting to the bucket, and either I'm going to throw a shot up, or Ana Montero Sanz is going to be on the wing for a three, where they play well spacing-wise, they play well unselfishly, that they're not afraid to give up a shot attempt if it leads to somebody else being more wide open.
Well, it definitely is a different feeling for these teams coming in from the outside in this conference who for the last couple of years have been able to walk in here and win easy. That is not the case anymore. Coach Matt Vavro coming up to talk with us. And Coach, after a big win on Saturday in double overtime, you sure wanted to follow it up with one today, and the girls played well.
Yeah, it was kind of a game that went a little bit different than I thought it was going to go. It was kind of a shootout.
Right. Yeah.
Our teams were really scoring the basketball today, and we found a way to hang on to there.
Yeah. Got a little scary. 60% from the field, and boy, it just is really led by, you've got 3 girls in Haynes, Sanz, and Lawson who are really able to get to the basket and make things happen.
Yeah. I mean, we're unselfish players, and sharing the ball there.
Right.
And I think we've been through enough battles already where we've been in some tense situations, and the games, overtimes.
Sure.
So these are I always say learning situations,
right?
Whether we win or we lose,
right?
We had that one earlier where
got away.
So it's just part of these all learning experiences that we're going through. A new team.
Right. Well, now over 500 in the conference, 3-2 in the conference, over 500 overall, and a big number that I'm sure you're aware of. 3 wins by this team last year. You've already passed that this year. That's a heck of an accomplishment for you and this group of girls.
I appreciate that. We're working hard every day and just trying to take it one game at a time. So
you can tell. Keep it up. Looking forward to seeing the next few and getting you back on here. All right.
Okay. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thanks, man. All right, Garrett. We will wrap this one up. We got 25 minutes on the clock, so we'll take a few minutes and come back with the Racer men against the Gray Wolves men right after this on UNOHvsLourdes.com.